"Who's dead?" asked the sheriff. "Who've you run into this time, and who've you finished up?" It's Jackson. It's Dad Jackson," replied Jim Curry. The sheriff winced and changed color. This was quite another tale. "Jim," he said, "tell me that you don't mean it. Tell me that it ain't so." For Dad Jackson, as he was fondly known, was the best-loved citizen of Chester. In the old days, Dad Jackson had been a very prosperous prospector, but his nearest and dearest friend, using his hold on the affections of Jackson to betray him, had nearly stripped him of his money. The blow had not robbed Dad Jackson of his trust in human nature, however, and there was hardly a man in Chester who, at one time or another, had not gone to Dad Jackson for help. Therefore it was that the sheriff winced, as if he had been struck in the face when he heard the fatality named. "If unsaying it would undo it," declared Curry, "I'd sure unsay it. But unsaying it won't help. I seen him fall. I listened over him for his heart. He's dead, Sheriff, and he'll haunt me." "Dead!" exclaimed Mason, and then he shrugged his shoulders and gave his entire body a vigorous shake to get rid of the inertia that the word brought to him. "Tell me the straight of it, Jim. What happened?" "We were talking along friendly," said Jim Curry. "We were talking about some of the old times, and in the midst of things I started showing Jackson the double roll, and a gun went off, and—" He paused, unable to finish the description. "You come along with me, Mason, and I'll show you. I can't no way talk about it as easy as showing you what happened out at Dad's house." The sheriff nodded. "I'm plumb sorry, Jim," he said, "that this here happened, but I can't take you out there. You'll have to wait here until I come back." He opened a drawer in his desk and took from it a bunch of keys. "Wait!" exclaimed Curry. "You don't mean that you'd lock me up, Sheriff?" "It don't mean nothing, Jim," Mason assured him mildly. "It don't mean a thing. You just stay here, safe and quiet. Even if worse comes to the worst, which it won't, they can't do no more than send you up for manslaughter." "Send me up? Prison, you mean, Sheriff?" "In a manner of speaking," said Mason, not too adroitly, dodging the issue. "That's what I mean. You ain't gonna die just because you stay overnight in jail." But Big Jim Curry was gray with fear of which the sheriff was not an altogether unknowing witness. He had seen, before this, big men and brave men tremble at the thought of imprisonment, men who would dare 100 dangers readily enough in the open, but whom the thought of prison walls threw at once into a panic. "Wait a minute, Mason," protested Curry, backing toward the door. "I come in here to tell you what's happened. I didn't come in to see you shove me into a cell and turn the key. Is that friendly, Mason? Or do you think I'm so doggone cheap that I'd let you do all of that without a fight?" The sheriff nodded. "I know how you feel, partner. I'd like to let you out of this if I could, but it wouldn't be right. And it wouldn't be good even for you, Jim. You know how Dad Jackson stood with the boys around here. We all love that old man, Jim, and the boys are sure gonna take it mighty hard when they hear what's happened. Just for a day or two, mind you. Some of the gents are apt to talk about guns and ropes and whatnot, and the best thing you can do to keep your hide safe is to get inside of steel bars and stay there. Understand?" Jim Curry was still gray, and he shook his head. "I don't like it, Sheriff," he kept saying. "It makes me all wrinkle up inside. It takes all the starch out of me, you see." "I can't stand here arguing," exclaimed the sheriff. "You step over here and go through that door, Curry. There's nobody else inside. You'll have the whole place to yourself, all the blankets you want for your bunk, magazines to read, and everything else. But inside you go. It's for the sake of your own neck that I'm talking, you fool." As he spoke in this burst of temper, he walked across the room straight at Jim Curry, and, quite unconsciously, he dropped his right hand on the butt of his revolver. It was a most unfortunate...